And we are in Romans chapter 4, continuing where we left off with 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 56 says, "The sting of death is sin, and the power of sin is the law." Obviously, the law is not sin. Rather, the law points us to our inability to satisfy its demands, and therefore condemnation is the consequence apart from the promise of God and the atoning sacrifice of Christ. Let us now read Romans chapter 4, verses 16 through 18. The promise depends on faith because of grace. The entire world has been offered this gift of hope because Abraham is the father of us all, the father of many nations. Therefore, every person has the opportunity to partake in the gospel of grace by trusting in the one who gives life to the dead and calls into existence the things that do not exist. Whoever calls on the name of the Lord will be brought from death to life. Romans chapter 10, verse 13. Let us now read chapter 4, 19 through 22. Abraham was a good role model. Even when his own body grew weary and old, his faith did not waver. When Sarah could not initially bear children, Abraham continued to trust in the promises of God. He knew that all nations would be blessed through his seed, and this would someday become a reality. He did not entertain unbelief. In fact, Abraham grew stronger in his faith as he gave glory to God, fully convinced that God would do exactly what he had promised. No matter how difficult circumstances are or how unlikely a promise might be made, never lose hope. With God, all things are possible. Matthew 19, verse 26. Now I want you to read Romans chapter 4, 23 through 25. Faith. Faith is defined as a complete trust or confidence in someone or something. When we demonstrate to God that we have faith in Him, He counts this as righteousness, morally right or justifiable. How can merely trusting in the Lord acquit us from the sins we have committed? Because it matters who we place our faith in. If it's in our own obedience to the law, we will fail. If it's in our own righteousness, we stand condemned. However, when we believe in Him who was raised from the dead, Jesus of Nazareth, our faith is counted as righteousness. For Jesus was delivered up for our trespasses and raised for our justification. For Jesus, who knew no sin, He became sin for us, so that we would all receive the righteousness by faith. So this is Romans chapter 4. I did want to mention to you that in conformtojesus.com we have all of the modern Bible commentaries all the way in the book of Romans. We have got the book of Galatians, the book of Ephesians. I'm working through the book of Jonah and also the book of Jeremiah. My goal is to have a commentary on all of the books of the Bible. And if you want any more insight into this, please visit my website at conformtojesus.com. I wish you a great rest of your day.